All top producers from one time or another find ourselves getting into a slump. I mean, we get to a spot in our career where maybe we don't have enough closings lined up, or it's not what a level that we've been operating at over the past several years or several months. And we just tend to get down on ourselves and start to doubt in our abilities. And that's really a bad place for you to get, is in getting yourself down.
I totally agree, Eric. And again, there are two things that you can control. You can control your time and you control your attitude. And when you see that coming on, it's vital to be proactive, to get involved in the activity that you know works, to look at what you've done in the past that's been effective, and then to get out in front of people and to organize your time around the most productive activities that you possibly can. And if you put that together with a very strong attitude that regardless of what's happening around you, you're going to make it work. If you're positive about what your opportunities are, if you're positive around the people that you're engaging, it won't be before too long, and you probably blow past not just the slump you've been in, but move on to a whole new level of success in your business and your life.
And your key is is just getting out in front of clients again. Get out in front of people. Go visit your past clients. I mean, they're the ones that you've worked with before. They know you, they trust you, and there's nothing like being around somebody that you've done a good job for. They're your advocates. So you want to go out there and stay in front of them also, retain their business. But also, just be out in the community. Instead of making 100 or 50 calls, make 100 calls, you know. Get out there and be active, and be with people in the community.
And I think this is one thing that the Executive Center does that's very unique, and I'll use an analogy perhaps to put it in perspective. If you look at a lot of people, it's kind of like they are scratching around on the surface. They're doing a couple of things right, and maybe one or two things pan out. But what would happen if, with a bit of guidance, they dug down and they hit oil? There's a vast difference. And that's really what the Executive Real Estate Center does. They kind of act like a geologist in terms of guiding the individuals that are in the center, understanding what their strengths are, and providing a very positive working environment so that they can stay focused on the things that are going to make their businesses do well and help them succeed as individuals.
And when it all comes down to it, it's you that's being successful. You can't let the market run how you're doing. I mean, there are realtors out there right now, the market is down. But there's realtors out there that are doing more business now than they've ever done because they're not letting the market control them. We work with realtors to get us all back on track and say, you know, the market doesn't control me, I control the market. I can drive business to me, and I'm in control. And it's so empowering when you feel like I'm in control. No one else is in control but me.
Absolutely, and just to validate what Eric's saying, we had the experience 2 weeks ago to meet a top realtor. And they're from Tucson, Arizona. Their business is up 44% in an incredibly down market. And I just took him aside and I said, what's the biggest difference between you and every other realtor? And he said, attitude. We expect to succeed, we expect to do well, and we're just going to stay focused on the things that are going to make that happen.
And we work with our realtors at the Real Estate Center to hold you accountable, but in a good way. We have weekly meetings where we talk about jump-starting your career, not worrying about what the market is or talking about other things, but we are proactive in everything that we do. And that's the key to staying at the top of your game and staying ahead of your competition, because even though we all work together, we all compete against each other too. So we want to make sure that our realtors are the best trained in the business and also proactive about what they're doing, making that 1 degree of change that's going to move them forward into a more successful career.